Hey guys, coming to you on another cozy Sunday. And um, how are you? How are you doing? So I wanted to go ahead and hopefully I can finish for right now on the plants that I got at Walmart and Lowe's. They were incredible deals. And so some of these plants I have the price for them, and some of them I don't. If you really want the price, I have no problem putting it in the description box if you let me know. But there's just a huge deals going on all over right now. And I decided to take myself off time out and get me some. So, let me go ahead and scroll that off. So, the first plant that I got, it's called a jelly plant, and I've never heard of it before. As you can see, this plant has some scarring here and there. It looks like it was pretty much just neglected, and it was on the clearance rack. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and grab it. It was only like $1. I did put it in one of my older um, pots that I had sitting over there from when I was trying to grow some basil. It's split on the side, but it's not doing anything to harm it at all. If anything, it's probably dries out much faster because of the air. But to me, this plant is so cool. I mean, all plants are cool in their own way, but the leaves are pretty thick. Let's see. Can you see that? They're pretty thick. So I'm like, is it considered a succulent? If any of you know the actual technical name for this, please let me know. Um, it's really cool, and I haven't sat down yet to do research, which is what I planned on doing this weekend. I wanted to like do a little old school writing my plants down and start, recording my notes and things like that. I actually saved the tags that come on them, like the little, what are those called? I'm just call them tags for lack of better word, lack of better word, and put it in a bag. And when I was at the hospital, I was like, oh my God, if I pull this out, people are gonna be like, look at that old lady. Anyhow, the old lady gang is cool. So the next one I got is a fern. A fern. These plants are great for purifying the air. Mostly when I see them, they're much larger. And this plant was on sale for $3.75. I had to decided to keep the tags on these until I could show you all so you could see like, yes, it was only $3.75. So I saved $1.25. Isn't that nice? So I'm just gonna do some maintenance on this one. Some of the leaves are yellow. It was a bit neglected as well. But hey, like those are things that you can actually fix yourself. All it needs is some TLC. Another begonia, which I could not resist. It was the only one there, and um, I had to get it. I don't have I have the price for $3.98 on this one. I don't remember it being on clearance, but I mean, I had to get it. It's so cute. And so what I did was I did cut it down some because some of the stems were really like waterlogged and looked like it was starting to rot. So I did cut it down some and took it completely out of the container and fit it down nice and neat. So it plumped up well, and so far I'm pretty pleased. Now here's another succulent. This baby is too cute. It reminds me of a jade, but it's variegated and it's beautiful, and it's so cool because you see how they drop down in the bottom and then they just propagate on their own. They just grow their little roots and continue to build. So I tried to like shake some out like it was change into another container because I'm like, oh, I want more of these. I hope I don't make the mistake of overwatering it. It is just such a beauty. And I need to get the technical name for this one. So I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. This one was $4.98, but you know what? It was worth it. Okay, so whoa. Oh my God, I almost dropped a plant. Pretty clumsy, so I do that a lot. I got a spider plant. Pretty sure it's a spider plant. Another purifier for the air. So pretty. So pretty. And this one was $3.75. Good price. Good price. It's a beauty. I got some ivy. I actually got two ivies because I was just like, you know what? Like, hey. So I got some ivy and I got two of them because you can't have too much ivy. These are good purifiers as well, and it was $4.50, so I saved $4.50. Wow! So this was basically like $9, and I got two of them for the price of $4.50. That's pretty awesome. All right, and then I already had a Croton or a Croton, however you want to call it, but this one you won't believe how much this one was. It was $1.67. $1.67. That's pretty amazing. Um, this one is actually a lot more mature than mine, and mine might have been more mature, but we were having some difficulties this summer with like the correct lighting and being outside and being inside. So it's finally coming along. I'll do a tour later on at some point, but that beauty is pretty and it's nice and bright. So you can see it's gotten plenty of light. When it doesn't get enough light, not scorching, but light, direct light, or bright filtered light, it loses its brightness and it loses its coloring and it just goes back to like a plain green. But that is just so pretty. All right. And I got a bonsai. So I'm going to bring the camera over because let's see this. Let's actually sit. Look at this beauty. Can you see that? I actually have a Himalayan salt rock sitting there, but isn't that beautiful? It's like a large bonsai. It's a large bonsai plant, just in case you didn't hear me. So pretty. That one was $6.50. And so I didn't specify where I got these plants. Again, I can tell you where. Hopefully, if you get this video soon, and you hadn't thought about it, you'll catch some of the deals because apparently they had like African violets at Kroger for like 50 cents, which I would have loved to have been able to get that. And I didn't, but I got these incredible deals. Another plant I got, this one kind of reminds me of like a silver dragon, alocasia, but it actually is very much similar to my Pan Am. So, is it the same? Is it what? Let me know. What is it the same plant or is this a different type of plant? But the leaves are so beautiful. They're very, very textured. So is this one. You can see by just like looking at them. Just incredible. Beautiful. So I would love to have a big one of that one. If I wasn't really clear on the care with the orchid, so basically, I ended up getting an orchid for $1. It was at Lowe's, and you could just tell like it was really mushy in the bottom because it was just heavily watered. It was waterlogged. Some of the roots had rotted out, and I just like it was just like this immediate feeling of just like, oh my God, I want to save the orchid. So when I first saw an orchid, this was like, well, not first saw, but when I first saw an orchid that was actually just hanging inside of a container and the roots were hanging at the bottom, I was just like, ooh, oh my God, I want it. And it was $30. So I was just like, right now, I'm not going to get one for 30. I'll have to wait. So then when I found myself in the store this past weekend and I saw an orchid and it was sitting in a container, I was just like, well, maybe I can do this myself. So I went on and rinsed it and used some wound care. Hopefully that's not a problem. I know people talk about peroxide. So I did use some wound care. I ended up basically like sitting it in water and trying to hydrate the leaves after, not the leaves, I'm sorry, the roots after I cut off what was rotted and damaged. And so I began to see the roots actually come back to green. So that was a good indication. So then I continued to do research and found that you don't really want necessarily the crown to sit in the water because it can like end up rotting itself. So I took it out and kind of hoisted it with I use a measuring cup, so I lean the leaf against the measuring cup, and I have like the couple of roots that have made it, in the water. So I really hope to bring the baby back. The other one that I have is, I think, what did I do with the other one? The other one is actually hanging in my macrame. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray it when I notice that it gets dehydrated, because apparently they naturally grow on like trees and they grow backwards. So their leaves hang at the bottom and their arrow roots are, are what you see at the top. And they're just like, it sounds so funny, but they're like magical creature plants to me. And I just really want to start trying to save them when I see them in the store. They're highly priced sometimes and they're gorgeous. And the idea of, finding a plant that just needs some extra care and love and taking care of it is just so exciting to me. So, I can't help but repeat myself, but I'm just like, I'm excited about this new adventure to find orchids or plants that, as long as they're not, as I said before, the pest thing, as long as that's not like too major, then I'm all for it. So if you want to go to Lowe's, if you haven't been to Lowe's, if you want to go to Walmart, some of these local stores, they have incredible deals on plants. And all this time, I didn't know really that well about where to go. Like I had gone to a nursery not too long ago, and I've always seen, I've always known that you can go to a nursery, and I've always known you can go to a grocery store, but I didn't always know that, you know, they have these cheap deals on plants. So I'm like feeling like an alien from another planet that is finally tapped in, and now it's like the biggest rave for me. Okay, so for the last plant, um, this one, it's like it has experienced some etiolation because like the stem is so long. Look how long this one is. This one was like a couple dollars as well because of that. And the little babies are at the bottom. Can you see? So when I got this, I did just repot it, and I felt like, okay, they're kind of like standing all over the place, and I kind of look at it like a little family. So I'm trying to, keep them together and have the babies in the center, nice and protected. And I just got some stuff on me. I did just water it. So, I mean, I actually like it like that. It's kind of weird, and funny, but, I'm also curious to what happens if it gets proper lighting, what'll happen then, because from what I know, it's what happens when they are not getting enough light. They kind of stretch out. Um, so I just want to make sure that oh, this one here. This one here was also like $1, and it's a nice foliage plant. It reminds me of like a Dracaena, the corn plant behind me. It reminds me of that, but I don't know if it is or not. This one didn't have a tag on it. Sometimes they don't put names on it. I'm like, please help me out. Give me a name. I think that's it for now. And I'm going to insert another picture of the orchid that I have hanging in my room. And also, I use the tools that are for acne. I got this cool acne kit on Amazon for my son, and they have like all these little pointed, sharp instruments that you can use, like to pull and stuff. And it hit me that like I could use that because there was actually two leaves connected. A part of me feels like maybe I could have left the other one, but I did see some rotting going on, so I went on and just like, as you could see in the last video, I kind of carved it out a little bit, and the leaf ended up coming off. So that one just has the one leaf connected. But I'm going to keep you updated, and I'm going to make sure that if I have any other plants, that I missed out, that of course I do a video. Thank you so much, you all, for like hanging out with me on this Sunday. I'm going to take a sip to that. And I'm just wishing you a great week. Um, oh, I actually started a succulent garden. It's like a garden farm, and it's in the tank that our bearded dragon was in. And that's another story, but it is in the tank, and I'm going to show you really quick, and we'll talk about it next time. Okay, let's go here. Ready? I hope you can see it. So that's the beginning of the succulent terrarium garden tank, and I hope that it works out. If not, trial and error. But I actually do have a light on top, and it's actually happens to be a plant light. I had another one, but I don't know if that one was helping at all. And that plant light was only probably like $6 and some change. I believe I saved the container that the paper that it came in, and I'll write that down. I got it from Lowe's. It's really cheap, and the dome, I already had the dome. So that's it, you guys. I can't wait to talk to you again. Have a beautiful week. Be safe. Take care. Much love to you. And any ideas or thoughts, please feel free to share. Talk to you later. Bye.